Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader. So, we have just defeated Urlon the Cruel and the Edge of Daybreak, which was a pretty cool double boss fight. I hope you enjoyed it. We're heading back to the Cronus Expanse map now.
Power.
May well be a cutscene or some story stuff going on, I guess we shall see. I'm expecting some stuff when we return to the bridge. But it looks like the Lord Inquisitor's been a little bit naughty, so looks like there's going to be a bit... I mean, I've been quite supportive of him so far, but it does sound like we're heading towards a confrontation with him. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. Thorbold. So we meet again, Ulfar Thunderlong. Thorbold gives Ulfar a stern... Why is Ulfar naked? Gives Ulfar a stern nod, and then turns his steely gaze on you. Live long, Rogue Trader. Business has brought us to your Drekka. Halbrand. The traces of Halbrand's encounter with Ulfar's rock-hard forehead are still fresh on his face. The young wolf rests his hand on his axe.
Greetings, brothers. What brings you here?
Ulfar returns Thorbold's look with an equally fierce glare. For some reason he has forgone his magnificent armour today, and stands on the bridge clad in little more than the physical perfection inherent to an Angel of the Emperor. Long live, comrades. Fenris Hjolder.
Fenris Hjolder, we thank you for your hospitality and kind words, brave Huskarl.
Thorbold's face immediately breaks into a wide grin, his affected severity vanishing from his face. He rumbles solemnly.
Brother Ulfar, you swore that you would stand for the honour of your pack, the Baleful Howl. Did you descend to Euphrates too with your brothers? Did you fight? That world my boots did tread, in fallen halls my victory cries I rode. The day the All-Father asks for a reckoning of my deeds, I will not be ashamed to tell of the siege of Euphrates. Who will bear witness to the truth of this wolf's words?
I will bear witness.
We know you, Dahlia von Berinicus. We have seen you in battle. We believe you. Show us the scars, Brother Ulfar, that we may see the mark of your deeds in the flesh. I did not acquire my scars to show them off, Brother Thorbold. Show the scars, brother. Show the scars!
Thorbold's cry is echoed by the other wolves, who bang their fists on their armour in time with the words. The ship begins to vibrate. Have a look at Ulfar more closely. We've got a 100% check. Ulfar's decision to appear at this meeting without his armour suddenly makes sense. You're watching a ritual, and Ulfar's show of modesty is merely part of the performance. Let's join in. Show the scars! Ulfar turns with ostentatious reluctance to let the light fall on the fresh marks he received on Euphrates too. You had no idea he'd suffered such deep and grievous wounds. The crowd erupts in roars of approval. Thorbold raises his voice to shout over his brothers.
Did you take a glorious trophy in that battle as a token of your valour?
Ulfar removes the horn he wrenched from the Hellbrute from his belt, and you notice that it is already carved with Fenrisian runes. The wolf proudly shows the trophy to his comrades, causing another explosion of cheers. Oop.
Proudly thunders the baleful howl. Praise the Allfather for sending us such formidable and valiant brothers.
Thorbold makes a gesture, and Halbrand removes a magnificent axe from his belt. Ooh, we got an axe. And presenting it to Ulfar with a deferential bow.
Accept from the Stormbiters this gift in honor of the battle that was fought shoulder to shoulder.
Thorbold, now will you tell Ulfar where to look for his brothers? The wolf hands you a data slate. The coordinates displayed on it are a monstrous distance from the inhabited worlds of the Expanse.
I will not stand in Ulfar's way if he chooses to go searching, but... Brother, you have proven the glory of your pack. Is it not time to sever this weird thread? With respect, I once again extend my offer to join the Stormbiters.
The pack's plasteel marks are resting in Thorbold's outstretched hand.
Forgive me, brother, but I must decline your offer, though my heart fills with joy at the thought of fighting alongside you.
Ulfar draws a knife adorned with scarlet runes and slices his palm.
I, Ulfar Thunderlong, swear before the Black Men, and by the blood of Fenris, that I will not cease to seek my pack until my own eyes behold them, alive or dead. I understand, brother.
Thorbold sighs with regret.
May Blackmane run beside your path. Fortify yourself, stoke your rage. I see that your heart is darker than the waters of the world sea, so I ask you, take care that you do not join those of whom we must not speak.
Of whom you must not speak? Halbrand clears his throat and opens his mouth to reply, but he catches the sharp glances of Ulfar and Thorvald and swiftly changes his mind.
You do not need that knowledge, Eadvath. There are paths in the forest that only wolves ought to tread.
So that's it? You're all best friends now? Can't remember Halbrand's voice.
Of course, rogue trader. Ulfar is our glorious brother, and any one of us would gladly die for him. Do not seek to understand wolves. Only one born on Fenris can understand the nature of our friendship and our enmity. And the Stormbiters are my brothers. It has been an honor to hunt with you all.
Alright, Ulfar, let's see your new axe. Thorvald grins with pride as he looks upon the magnificent weapon.
Our rune priest tempered it in the blood of the despicable word-bearers who fell on Euphrates II. The blade is enamelled with bone meal from the tooth of a Fenrisian kraken, and inscribed on it are the names of all the brothers of the baleful Howl Pack.
You know that a name inscribed on a Fenrisian weapon can mean different things, whether glorification of past heroes or commemoration of the fallen. Ulfar runs his fingers over the symbols, lingering first on one name and then another. You're no expert in Fenrisian runes, but you can make out these two, Arnulf and Skayadi.
Thank you for this gift worthy of the Varagir Ironhide.
Ulfar tests the weight of his new weapon, and his face bears that satisfied expression seen only on the faces of true warriors who have found the perfect weapon for their hand. So what now?
Well, we should probably return to Ardrekka.
You sense a question mark at the end of Thorvald's statement. Ulfar's face becomes serious, and he gives you a significant look. I could hardly let the glorious wolves of Fenris leave without first treating them to a fine feast. Well, they seem pretty happy about that. The wolves burst into shouts of approval, and someone with a gravelly voice starts singing a merry song. No doubt one about massacres and glorious deaths on the battlefield.
The kitchen servants here are certainly no match for those serving in the great hall on Fenris, but the masters of this trekker are not lacking in hospitality or generosity.
The small group of space wolves is enough to fill your entire magnificent ship with clamour, shouts, and other portents of the coming feast. A formidable feast in which eating, drinking, and singing will be done the way wolves do all things, to their last gasp. That was fun. Right, let's have a look at Ulfar's new axe then. He's also got a new flamethrower we could check out. Oh, here it is. Well, slightly more minimum damage, but 50% penetration. It is a one-handed weapon still, so that's cool. It's a power weapon as opposed to a chain weapon. I'm not sure what our power weapon stuff is doing on Ulfar at the moment. Just says that it inflicts bleeding. I mean... Could he dual... Yeah, he can't dual wield melee weapons, unfortunately. But let's give him the axe. The next time he levels up, we'll take that axe skill that I didn't take the last time because we hadn't actually received an axe yet. You know what? It does look pretty cool, though, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm not going to chuck away the other chainsaw, but well, that one either because it's pretty cool. We can have a look at the flamer. It's exactly the same. So we can actually send that one straight to cargo then. Tell you what, I'm gonna send that one to cargo too. The Astartes bolters. Well, we've actually got. Is it better than my one? Less rate of fire, more range, less ammo. Does this one have any bonuses? Really? Oh, it's two-handed. Okay, no. We'll send it to cargo then. Have a quick look at his... I can't remember if he's got the power weapon upgrade. Here we go. Power armor. Yeah, I've given him the chain weapon stuff because of his chain sword. I don't really want to upgrade him again. And for one of my commenters who's always worried that I've forgotten who my Grenadier is, it's Ulfar. Yeah, he has got some cool stuff, but we're going to need to take a power weapon ability at some point and an axe ability. We never were able to do that. Okay, I think we've pretty much equipped everything I want to equip from that little exploration. We could go over to the data crypt thing, because we did find some data crypt stuff on the planet. Don't know if it means we can do stuff here. Okay, is it appeared in my inventory? I'm not sure what to do with those then. The last times we got data crypts and stuff, I sort of came over here and it did that. I could... Where's the little guy, a little helper here? We could talk to Asclepius maybe? But I can't. We could talk to Pascal, maybe he can do something with it? I mean, probably not, but I don't know quite what the point of getting those things was otherwise.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
He gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmentics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagus Amanat. According to Opticon 2-2, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arch Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Are you not surprised that Amanat's words had such an effect on Opticon 2-2?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Amanat was a believer and he caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer and he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma. or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable, and only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discretely separate from untruth.
Did Amanat believe the Elders to be in error?
Amanat did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
I'm just gonna... I prefer to believe in myself and my own ability to decide independently what is right.
Comprehension is the true path to knowledge, and comprehension can only be attained individually, not taken for granted. Your path commands respect.
Pascal's voice takes on a thoughtful tone, and its otherworldly might peters out. Perhaps you'll be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
What about Demence's neural augmetic?
I have destroyed it.
A slight telltale rattle in Pascal's voice makes him sound unconvincing. You're lying.
This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demence. Even though purity protocols stipulate that his blasphemous knowledge must be eradicated, I am not drawn toward forbidden information, but only to data concerning the Blessed Amanat.
We found out anything?
The success has been partial. Demence Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems to have caused him to break his vows. However, extensive regions of his memory have been damaged by forbidden technologies and are, for now, defying decryption. My study of the minds of the tech comrades, Abel, Tarsus, and Demence, has revealed an anomalous similarity between the patterns of damage their memories sustained. What I attributed to cognitive idiosyncrasies, synaptic damage, and the distortive action of scrap code may be the result of a different kind of influence. The undecryptable data fragments in their memory arrays are mysteriously symmetrical.
What corrupted Demence?
An echo of the warp. Energies of the immaterium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly induced corruption in the archive. Listening to the void is a perilous occupation.
Any information on Amanat?
The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. I will take every effort to extract a larger volume of data. Information pointing to the unit referred to as the Maimed Hunter is alleged to be of critical significance.
Has it ever occurred to you that all these events may be part of Amanat's plan?
That is a valid hypothesis, but not a very likely one. Its truth value is irrelevant, as it does not contradict the necessity of establishing the fate of Archmagus Amanat.
You fear knowledge even as you extol it.
Whether knowledge can be profane is the grand question. Lay people find comfort in the delusion that knowledge is merely information, that in and of itself it is harmless, and only turns dangerous when it falls into the hands of the wicked. My apologies. 90% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
That isn't what he said just then. Here he says, but that is not what I have seen. I have seen knowledge gnaw away at the minds of those who let it inside them, yet I seek it regardless. Why? Perhaps because there really is no apostasy in knowledge. It is dangerous, yes, but not forbidden, for it was created by the Omnissiah. Not all knowledge comes from the Omnissiah. Some is rooted in evil and is nothing but a threat to humanity.
There is a threat in everything. A las gun once exploded in its owner's hands for the first time. A cyclonic torpedo once fell on a virtuous world for the first time. Heresy was once uttered in the sacred binary language for the first time. No thing of great power is ever safe. But not all that is dangerous is evil. Few will dare say it in so many words, but some of our knowledge was obtained from corrupted sources. By studying the creations of Xenos, we grasped profound secrets of the universe that they had discovered, and we had not. By pondering heresies, we devised technological solutions to exterminate them. We drew knowledge from a poisoned well, filtered it, and attained comprehension.
The tech priest lowers his head pensively. The mechadendrites slow down smoothly, and the steely overtones disappear from Pascal's voice. Continue your research.
Response? Affirmative. The decryption will continue with diligence and caution.
Tell me the truth about you.
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagus Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
I am quite confused about Pascal's past and where he fits into everything, so I'm gonna run through these. What did Amanat do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
Certain aspects of the Imperium have indeed ossified. His argument sounds reasonable.
This statement is false. My mentor's words sound like heresy. Limits were established because it is dangerous to venture beyond. Each step past them could lead to a bloody slaughter, but the blessed Amanat was not afraid.
So how did you betray Amanat?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected brothers, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen, anathematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagus Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate Traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
So you betrayed your mentor?
This statement is true. However, I took this step out of loyalty to my mentor. He rejected caution and was leading us to a blasphemous war where he would become the first and most important victim. I did not want to witness his destruction and tried to force him to submit. I wanted to return to my mentor and share his fate, but the Conclave found me repentant and sent me to the station Alter Templum Calixis EXT-17, where I was to atone for my previous transgressions.
You acted as a loyal son of the Imperium should.
I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us.
So why did you go to Rykad Minoris?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the Blessed Amanat's personal code, and could be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain: we were in danger, and I had to go to Rykad Minoris.
The tech priest named Abel, who is he?
I never met him, but I think he was a person of worth. The phrase that came from his lips indicates he was in contact with my mentor. I preserved his cortical implant and absorbed the information it contained. However, the large amounts of data memories are encoded with a cipher yet unfamiliar to me.
What are you going to do next?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the Blessed Archmagos Amanat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link.
Okay, no more questions.
Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the Blessed Amanat. May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Okay, well, still don't know what to do about the data crypt, so we'll leave that. I want to go and talk to Janris again. So I'm hoping we've got enough to get the Drusians up to the right reputation level. I think it's 15. So we're going to need, we're going to need a bit more, which unfortunately isn't there. What does he take? Does he take Xenos artifacts? He doesn't. Mechanicus creations? Nope. Which is a shame, because I've got quite a lot of that. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's level... Oh no, it's 45,000 I think, wasn't it? Are we only 50 away? He will take miscellaneous stuff. What have I got this miscellaneous? I think... Take armor kit. I kind of want to wait and see if I can equip that though. Put that in cargo. Ooh, I could get rid of a bunch of these. I never use. Oh well. Let's actually go to the colony manager so I can remind myself exactly what it is we need. I'm pretty sure it's either 45,000 or rank 15. Oh, hello, got more of them. It's a Foulstone project. So homely oh yeah, so it is the next it is relationship level 15, I think that is. And this is what we want. I think. Oh, that's what we need Phlogiston for. But that, I think, leads into another project I'm waiting to do. plus 20% minimum damage for ranged attacks. Yeah, we want that. And that's the holy ammunition thing is the thing we're waiting for. Yeah, okay. And I'm tempted... I wonder if I can just buy everything else and see if I can stick it straight in cargo. And whether I can trade that then. I'll take this, why not? And then all this stuff I'm just going to stick in cargo. I'll take all that. That. And that. Alright, so it was just it was that one thing. Okay. Well, look, that can go in melee weaponry. Shame he doesn't take Mechanicus creations. Don't suppose anyone's got holy gifts or anything. No, I mean, we're a ways off. I doubt I could do it even if I sold a bunch of stuff there, so... Where am I? I'm over here. Okay, we'll have a look at the journal. There's probably not too much in here at the moment. We could go and just talk to Argenta. I want to go and have a quick chat with Ulfar as well and see if he's got anything to say now that we've kind of done his mission and we can go look for his brothers.
Free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
Why'd you call me Eitvata?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Edfater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Edfater.
Sounds cool.
You, of course, are a maiden, not a father. But we have no word meeting maiden commander in our tongue, as all space wolves are men.
Thank you for this honor.
Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank.
So now you know where your brothers were heading. What will you do?
Help you to deal with the enemies who besiege your home, and then head for the coordinates that Thorvald gave me. Well, I know, Edfater, that you are dauntless, and if I but say the word, you will join me in my seeking. But the place I will voyage to is a perilous one. Few can survive in it, and though duty leads me there, I do not want my debt to be paid with your blood. Fenris Hjulda, Edfater.
Okay, quick chat with Argenta in case we can push along her quest.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that you would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad. But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
Let's talk about Salus Prime.
Of course. My mission is all I can think about.
Actually,
One
this isn't
day
going to
we
advance
will
it,
reach
so...
Salus Prime.
Actually, what was this?
Greetings.
Oh. I want to talk to you about what you learned during the assault on Euphrates 2.
Of course. Do you remember the first days of the attack? When we captured one of the heretic commanders? He burned so brightly you could have seen him from anywhere on the battlefield, I'm sure. But what is most important is what he told us before his execution. The heretic was one of Conrad Voigtfir's closest henchmen, and he revealed, screaming through the pain, what I had wanted to know for so long. The markers of the route to Salus Prime. The world my heart calls to. The heretics of the Final Dawn tried all they could to stop us, but they failed.
Okay, let's leave that for now then. Alright, so I think we're probably going to get a footfall unless something else happens. Rogue Trader, at last we can speak. The victory on Euphrates II was invaluable in and of itself, but what great fruit it bore. I now know the way to Salus Prime, the planet where a great relic of the Imperium lies hidden. Excellent, we'll set the course there as soon as we can. My gratitude is yours, Rogue Trader. Okay. Any clue in the journal of what system that's in? Wraith Tawi. Okay. Sounds like a new system. Galaxy map. I think we've got a pretty good crew together at the moment. I like the fixes and improvements to Wulfar in particular. Make him more viable. Where are we going? Oh, hello, it's up there. I guess we could try going to Portus Serpentum and just seeing if there's... Oh, no, they're saying there's a red link from Lapidus Mortis. Okay. I understand it's a bit of a bug, this pirate stuff still staying on this map, which isn't amazing, but, you know. Where are we? We're here. Probably the best thing we could do is go up to Speculo and then sort of up a few jumps. Or we could go back to Cranach. Actually, let's do that. It's one jump away. Your Ladyship, esteemed choirmaster Zachary Weiss is reporting that the astropaths have received a signal. It states that the following. Arc Mechanicus Hermetico is calling the unit Pascal Hanuman. Directive, visit. Priority, ahead of the queue. Purpose, discontinuing of the cycle. It is followed by a set of coordinates. According to my data, the lost sacred vessel Hermetico is the flagship, headquarters, and last confirmed location of Archmagos Amanat. I hereby request permission to immediately embark on an expedition. Alright, where do we go? I am coming, Mentor. Right, well, let's have a quick look where Pascal needs to go. System Speculo. Well, I think that's in the opposite direction to where we just were going, isn't it? Yeah, he wants us to go there, so I just did the opposite. So if I could get to Mundus Valancius, it's only a couple of jumps away then. So okay, so I guess we'll do that first, seeing as he's so keen to do it. We come down to here. There's a couple of jumps. Let's just do the dangerous one, I suppose. Take some damage. Ooh. What are these guys? They mutants, maybe? Plagued undead, okay.
Won't save you.
I don't like trash enemies, if I'm honest. Okay, so I think probably, I mean, Cassia on her own is probably going to be able to do quite a lot of damage against these guys. Let's just push everyone up. let's buff up Magenta.
Ruin beckons. I will triumph.
I'll do it.
We could run into a slightly more advantageous position in terms of just... Well, maybe we should do it on the Plague Bearer. The others are pretty squishy. Well, he's pretty squishy.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
I don't think I even really need to do the rapid fire. I think he's just going to absolutely melt. There he goes.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay, she's still got one. She could do a flame burst, maybe.
Faith without deeds is
Will do. I'm actually just going to forego my turn because I think Cassia is just going to be able to absolutely shred all these.
Isn't this a job for the... I have read tomes of military tactics.
There's more.
Your existence is naught but ashes.
Okay, we can reposition again. Alright. I mean, it's not going to take long, I don't think. Alright, Magenta, why don't you have another go?
I will triumph.
I think I might just do the Flamer, to be honest. I think we do the wildfire. Do another cone of fire, I think.
As the Emperor commands, I...
Goodness, there's more. Okay. Well, still Argenta's go. Let's take another free attack. I think we just flame the lot of them again.
I'll do it. Here I am, the Tempest. Doubt is for the weak.
She's still going, isn't she? Alright, well, that's my go. Oh, it's my go again. Do a molten beam. Can I throw these guys? Alright. I'm off again. Sod it. Oh, killed him too. With the over penetration, I think, on that. Oh, I was gonna do that. Right. Who's next? Cassia. Right, Cassia. I wonder how many more waves of this we've got.
Always drowned in scarlet. Me? If I may. The fury of House Orcelion.
Gotta be it, right? See what these guys had. A load of junk. Alright, let's go back.
Powers unseen uncover.
Sometimes
my
it's quite fun
path.
just ploughing through waves of enemies. Oh, hang on. Missed our exit. Actually, I don't know if he. I don't know if he took weapons. The Hieronymus guy. I had done. Alright, let's jump into Speculo. Ooh, hello. I'm quickly going to jump back to the bridge because I want to see if we can get this. All those axes and stuff we've just got may well help us get towards cargo consignment for Euronymous. Sometimes it takes a long time for these loads. Right, Janrock Danris over here. Right. Ooh. Think we've done it. I think we've done it. Actually, I didn't even look what we could get. We could get this light armor, whereas critical hit chance of melee is increased. Maybe. Who would I give that to, though? Let's go straight to Colony Manager. Yeah, thanks. I've got so many of those now. But we want to do Holy Ammunition. Boom. I mean, we get some weapons. That's by the by. The main thing here is that we can get some nice other bonuses and stuff. In time. We'll complete this project, then complete another project, and that's good. Right, well... Oh, I should probably repair my ship. Someone correctly pointed out before I didn't do that after my last big space battle. I don't think this will get to a space battle, but I guess you never know. Right, well, let's go to Mechanicus Hermetico, I suppose. It's quite a big ship. Your ladyship, hailing the ships surrounding the Hermetico's wreck, led to receiving the following transmission. We are the Cognizance Fleet. We praise the Messiah of discontinuing. We remain in prayer. We remain on standby. Let the cycle be discontinued. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. We are the Cognizance Fleet. We praise the Messiah of discontinuing. Pascal, looks like a gathering of believers in discontinuing the cycle. Confirmed. The number of adherents of discontinuing the cycle does not correspond with the earlier prognosis. The willingness to declare one's commitments to the teachings of the Blessed Amonat is anomalous. This unit is intrigued. Is there anything unusual about these ships?
Aye, your ladyship. We're picking up traces of recent combat on many of the vessels. Numerous traces. Based on the initial radiation background assessment, it appears that an Adeptus Mechanicus weapon has been used against them. I hypothesized that the schism within the Cognizance Fleet has reached a climax. My tech comrades raised arms against one another. It is with sorrow that I register this information in the archive. Request a landing. We have received a standard denial of request message, your ladyship. What outrageous impudence. Alright, patching one of the captains. It will be done, your ladyship. Request denied. We're receiving only the message voiced earlier. Well, let us leave them alone. As you wish, your ladyship. Alright, so what are we meant to do about this? Send a boarding shuttle to the Hermetica. Well, I just tried. It wouldn't let me. Let's try again. Your ladyship, according to the ship's registry, we're looking at the Arc Mechanicus Hermetico. We picked up a Vox signal coming from her. Arc Mechanicus Hermetico. Permission granted. May the Messiah of Discontinuing reveal the way to a safe docking gate. The raspy voice, apparently the person who recorded the message, is vaguely familiar to you, but you cannot put your finger on it. Request the right to participate in the first boarding party. Evaluating shuttle docking options. What do we know about the ship? Each Ark is a sanctuary for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Every such ship is a relic. They are incredibly ancient and were made to search for the sacred standard template construct patterns. Legends tell of entire forge worlds that were literally disassembled for parts to make such vessels. Aye, in any case, she's a ruin of her former glory. We observed numerous traces of internal decompression, but no signal sign of aggression carried out from the outside. For what it's worth, some of the decks look intact, at least from the outside. We're also picking up strange radiation emanating from the hull.
We believe the ship has been in the processional of the damned for a long time. Oh, I don't know what that means. Is there a safe docking port? Nay, the moment, your ladyship. The damage to the hull makes observations difficult, and the surviving vacuum locks are sealed shut. I hypothesized that the proper vacuum lock may be opened using my personal access code. Justification. A message from the Arch Mechanicus. Assemble the boarding crew. It will be done, your ladyship. Pascal's obviously coming. In fact, we're taking the usual group. Makes sense to me. Here we are. Okay, well, I think we've got a bit of time left in this video. Oh, no, that's the void ship. No, come back. Oh, sorry. Redo. Okay, take two. We'll do this a bit better this time. Let's actually go into the ship this time, shall we? What's this? The halls of this holy ship feel strangely familiar to me. The cogitator screen glows faintly. You take a closer look and realize it has been gutted. Its inner is replaced with candles that cast glints on the black plexiglass. Got a tech tribesman up here.
The world will bow.
Who are these people? Goods, okay. How dare they set up camp right in the heart of the sacred machine? This is a sacrilege against the blessed remains. Yeah, are we looking at this? Is that just what he says? Oh, okay. This noble warrior's armor and augmetics are undamaged, and yet they are dead. What killed them? The majestic metal statue is frozen in a menacing, combative pose.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Tribesmen avoid our gaze. Okay. I am registering residual traces of vapor combustion inside this cogitator's casing. Did they fuel this repository of knowledge with books? Talk to the chief, I guess. The lean, hunchbacked man studies you with his piercing gaze. One of his eyes looks you up and down. The other has been replaced by a bulky augmetic ancient and adorned with gold, but is deactivated for some reason. He states in a dry voice, "The ghosts of nothingness have entered the deck of the Akgen tribe." I greet your tribe, we come in peace. The man shrugs indifferently, his voice is tinged with sympathy. "It does not matter, you are ghosts." Pascal, what do you make of these people? Hypothesis. This primitive community is made up of descendants of low-ranking technomats who once serviced this deck. The name Akgen derives from category Akgen. Ak stood for the Acolyte category, which serviced the main decks. Gen referred to the service staff, who were assigned general, as opposed to specialized maintenance duties. The man looks at you and Pascal with indifference. He does not seem to have understood a single word. How do you survive here, and what do you do? We hold a vigil for all of existence, and the spirits of the mechanisms give us water, food, and nutrient mix. We thank them for that with rites of machine servicing and maintenance. So commands the great entity. I am registering multiple deviations from the catechism of maintenance and operation in the actions of these units. Hypothesis. The breaches of sacred instructions do not stem from a malicious lapse into heresy. They are a consequence of the rite having been lost to memory. A grave heresy, but not as profane. The voice from the Vox is full of sorrow and reproach. Who or what is the great entity? The supreme deity, the spirit of wisdom and revelations. It bears the name Marnat. The name grabs Pascal's attention. He says sternly, I am registering a meaningful linguistic pattern, requesting all available information on Marnat. Marnat is a divine being of great wisdom. It was this great wisdom that discontinued the cycle, and all who had partaken of it lapsed into nothingness. We never partook of the wisdom, which is why we exist, and I have nothing to tell you about it, Ghost. You talk to us, your kinsmen. Sorry, you talk to us, your kinfolk do not. Why? I am the Fabricator General. My shoulders bear the sacred burden of leadership. The man shifts his shoulders, bent under the potentia coil resting upon them. The others fear you, as ghosts can carry the living away into nothingness. But I am protected by Marnat's grace. Pascal's roar is like the blaring alarm of an extractor. Fabricator General, I am registering heresy. The man listens to the tech priest's outburst without flinching.
The universe must have a Fabricator General, the supreme priest of the Omnissiah. There is none other to hold that title. Therefore it is mine.
Have you seen anything unusual lately?
The echo of an old crime was heard beneath the arching vaults of our home.
The tribesman nods at you gloomily.
A ghost of nothingness walked among us, of like appearance to you but without a face. He spoke words that must not be spoken and then penetrated the chamber of observers, and our abode was shaken by the wrath of the gods for days, and we felt as though we were drifting through nothingness.
Pascal lowers his head and says quietly, "That is him, my mentor. Amanat." What did he look like?
His brow bore the mark of sorrow and past misdeeds, and his voice was like weeping sand.
Was he alone?
No, other ghosts walked with him, but he alone had a mind and a will. The others did his bidding.
What is the Chamber of Observers?
An abode of deities and mighty spirits secluded from mortals.
The man points towards the entrance to the lift shaft.
Down this great tube they use to descend to the mortals. Now that they have all retired to the House of Observers, the calm and keen-sighted, there to remember and mourn the world that once was.
The unit has given us a distorted description of the Observatorium, the bay that housed the Hermeticos Bridge. There, under a grand dome of glasscrete, the wisest hierarchs of the Adeptus Mechanicus would spend time in reflection and strive to discern the Omnissiah's guiding signs in the glitter of the stars. Correction, this data is a hypothesis. An archive search yielded no confirmation of this data. My possession of it is an anomalous cognitive fluctuation. I want to get in there.
Abandon this thought. You can't go in there. The Great Tube was made for the travels of gods, not mortals. Only one who has the blessing of Pref, the great spirit who rules this deck, may approach the Great Tube. But even such a one will have tried in vain, for the Great Tube's spirits have sealed its gate, and will only open to those who know the divine word. And the Rust Wraiths ensure that humans don't steal the word. They'll make short work of any thief.
Who is the spirit Pref?
The master of this deck, the second most important god after Marnat. Mortals cruelly betrayed his trust once, and he hasn't talked to them or protected them since. Pref only ever answers to the shaman's invocations, and only occasionally at that.
The tribesman's profane speculations most likely describe an important machine spirit that remains awake, requesting a conversation with the unit identified as the Shaman. Divine word? What divine word?
Words command all of existence. The gods ruled the universe using words of power. There was a time when mortals too were granted knowledge of them, but that time died along with the world.
Hypothesis. The term divine word refers to a command litany. A thorough understanding of the situation aboard the Hermetico will allow me to select the correct litany and recite it to the mechanisms that are still operational. What are Rust Wraiths? The man points at one of the motionless statues.
The ancient ones, the servants of the gods. They used to be the gods' great warriors. Now they guard the peace of this universal cemetery and see to it that mortals don't challenge the divine order.
The Skitarii, the deck guard. These immortal servants are an elite detachment of the crew, blessed with the most ancient and wondrous augmetic enhancements. They could survive in a sleeping state for centuries even. After a brief pause, a whisper comes from his vox. Their presence here is unusual. Typically, the immortals only leave their storage chapel on special orders from the bridge. So how did the faceless ghost get in?
He knew the secret. The spell was not of divine origin. Its power surpassed that of the gods. It was born in the mysterious depths of irregularity, and soon after a mortal first uttered it, the world was no more.
Pascal waves a mechadendrite at him in annoyed dismissal and says impatiently, "The blessed Amanat can command any mechanism on his ship. The indoctrinal heresy uttered by the unit is unworthy of attention." Your guesses are amazingly spot on, Pascal. The tech priest is taken aback. He pauses to think and then says with no great confidence, "This statement is false. Each of the hypotheses was logically deduced from our present situation." I see.
Good. Don't seek to enter the god's abode, Ghost. It is no place for you.
Take a closer look at the man. The middle-aged man carries a potentia coil on his shoulders after the manner of tech priests. It is held in place by straps and is not connected to anything. Its weight has given him a hunched back. One of his arms has been replaced by an exquisite tech scribe augmetic, but the quills and styli are incredibly dull, as though they've been scraped against bare rock, and the limb's servo motor is dormant. I am registering evidence of precious true flesh being operated in unacceptable conditions. The markings indicate that this sacred metal was fashioned many centuries ago on blessed Mars. Putting it to such crude and careless use is an insult to the Omnissiah. I must take my leave.
Farewell, Ghost. I hope nothingness summons you back into its embrace soon.
Okay, let's quickly take these goods. So there's a lot to examine here, but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to end it there, and we'll devote a full episode to delving further into the Hermetico and finding out exactly what it is that's been going on here. Very mysterious. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. I think following this, we'll also go to do Sister Argenta's quest, which is sort of at the other end of the Cronus Expanse. But I get the feeling that our meeting with the Lord Inquisitor is likely to be building up into a bit of a conclusion, so I kind of want to do everything else prior to that. Hopefully that's okay. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be great. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the story so far. Any thoughts on what's going on with Pascal and his history? I don't know. I haven't got a clue, to be honest. Interested to hear your thoughts, though, and if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it would be amazing if you could do so. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.